Well, welcome back to Crossroads. We're here with Mike Grayson from Art in Motion Pet Store. And normally you think of, cute puppies, kittens, and we sometimes forget about the reptiles, or in this case, arachnids that are there.
I'm not sure they told us what Mike was bringing today. The producer pulled one on us, but
yes,
we thought it was puppy day, but we decided that cute, lovable creatures are really in the eye of the beholder, right, Mike?
Everybody sees puppies all the time,
That's right.
and kittens and rabbits, and I thought we'd do something a little different, maybe make it a little fun.
Well, let's take out one of these guys quickly.
Especially when a lot of people are afraid of these things.
Just a little.
So.
And I noticed what's on my side here. Shaylee immediately said, "Oh, I love snakes." And then she found out what the other one was. She said, "No, that goes on Randall's side." Okay. Now this is, people always do this on television shows.
I don't know if you can see that on camera, but he attached web to my finger.
Yeah, your finger, good.
Can you see that? It's kind of blowing in the breeze here a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, my wife does not like spiders.
Now, tarantulas of any type are obviously used in movies because they're great visuals and stuff like that, but they really aren't the most poisonous spiders out there. Is that correct?
No, they're not, but they are poisonous. But it's
just your average poisonous.
Like your rose-hair tarantula. It's kind of like if one was to bite you, which rare do they bite because they're a pretty docile spider. But if they do bite, it's kind of like getting stung by a bee. So.
And I don't like getting stung by a bee either, but
well,
I love the way you're holding that, Mike, because Shaylee's the one that said, no spiders. So this is a great test of her TV talent. She's holding up really well right now.
Now, what kind of people usually get these, want these pets? I mean,
it's kind of a novelty. It's different. Some people that are allergic maybe to dogs, for an example, they might be able to have a spider. And
they're just a little different,
a little different.
I had a relative who was a former Army Ranger, and he liked to keep the most dangerous snakes around, and I just thought, what is with you, man?
Yeah.
And it definitely looks a lot bigger in person than it would on the screen or in pictures that I've seen.
They're just loving the close-ups here. But you do think of this being more exotic, southwestern United States or stuff like that, and people not having them around here. But.
Yeah, these actually come from Chile, South America. There is a large spider in southwest United States. Looks a lot like the rose hair, just looking at it.
And I'm remembering every bad 50s science fiction movie I've ever seen now. It seemed like that was the scariest thing, was the spider. Well, let's put him away because Shaylee likes the snakes.
Okay. Yeah, let's get
you notice neither of us volunteered for that one, so that says something about our phobias. But Shaylee's a good farm girl here. She's excited about the corn snake.
Farm girl. I've actually always wanted a snake as a pet. My parents weren't on this train with me.
A lot of parents are. I hear all the time kids want something like this, and the parents go, as soon as you move out of the house, you can have whatever you want.
Mike, you're old enough to remember Johnny Carson reacting to all the different creatures that were brought on board.
He was always kind of
I'm trying not to pull any of those
Let's
moments.
set this off the side, maybe. And
yeah, he's looking at me now. That's good.
He's ready to get out of that cage.
I actually am surprised. I think I was more happy with the spider out than I am with this guy. He looks busy. But this is a corn snake.
Yeah, and they are a little busier. They're a little more active snake. There's a lot of your heavy-bodied snakes that aren't quite as active as this. And
the corn description comes from them hanging out in cornfields, you were telling us?
And if you look at the patterns on them, you get a little bit of looks like an ear of corn almost. This is an albino corn. There's a lot of different species of corn snakes, very prolific in the United States. They're very docile generally, and they're constrictors, as you can kind of see how it's wrapped around my arm.
Take your blood pressure while he's there.
Yeah.
Would someone that has a corn snake, would they be able to often take them out and do what you're doing here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, easily.
A lot of reptiles don't necessarily like to be held, but corn snakes are one that tolerate it quite well. Some reptiles are stressed out by being held, and you shouldn't really hold them very often.
Well, I think Shaylee wanted to hold, so I read this to see if she gets a chance to hold. If you would like more information on these pets and other pets at Art in Motion, we want you to call 662-7226, 662-7226. You see them on the bypass, or you can visit their store at 1893 Southwestern, of course, here in Marion. And as promised, there's Shaylee, the snake charmer. Look at that.
And she's being
Like a
constricted.
childhood
She's
dream
being
coming true.
constricted, so Shaylee
Yeah.
won't have an arm.
He's a tough little guy.
Thanks, Mike, for coming in and
Hey,
really
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
lighting up the studio today. Mike Grayson from Art in Motion Pets.
Thank you.